already had one home run on the short side. Why not get another home run, right? So what we're going to do, wait for a little pop off the open. Any kind of rally is shortable. Newer traders, do not trade for the first 6 minutes. Experienced traders and those who've been short overnight, you can stay short and just pull your stops down.
Except for our
Gotta have a
newbie.
little protein for breakfast.
That's right. Our
Little
newbies no
bacon.
trading for first 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Just eat other newbie bacon.
Newbie bacon. Fry them up. Remember, at times the institutions will try to push the market a little bit higher, squeeze out the weak hands so they can get their bigger clients more shortable. 20 seconds. Our target on the downside today is 30,523. 30,523, another 150 points to go. Another 150 points to go. We are open for business. So here's where they'll push it up a little bit. They want to get their people short. Let's wait for the first 6 minutes. Volatility will be the greatest on the open. Did we tell you this would happen, right? See him pushing it up? 50-point rally in 1 minute because they try to cover. Well-known tactic. And you guys can take advantage of it. What's the volatility number today? Did anybody remember? What did you guys call? What's your own volatility? Yeah, 223 is ours. Anyone come up with their own? 170, okay. That's fair. 190, yeah. Don't be surprised if those numbers are hit. Look at that. Isn't it amazing?
Good job, guys.
Yeah. We're up over 100 already, right? Over 100 from the low. It's as if you can predict it. Isn't that amazing?
Danny, let's talk about how you got that volatility number when we get together, buddy.
Yeah, we have a class on that usually. It takes a while, guys. It's about, I don't want to take about 20 minutes now to go over it, but at the next class we'll go over it. Basically, we're measuring prior swing points. Okay, that's the quick answer now. While we're trading, we're measuring prior swing points. We do have a class on it. Take you about 35 minutes. We go through the whole process. There is a volatility component to it, not completely necessary. All right.
I nibbled short there, coach.
All right.
Little 16-tick rule. Quick scalp.
If you notice, guys, the ticks are starting minus 1,600. So that tells you sell programs are on the prowl today. The low for the opening move was where, guys? The low was 30,668, right? So don't be surprised to see it at 891, right? That's why I had 908 here as a target upside. Isn't that amazing, guys? Between 891 and like 908. Isn't that amazing, guys? Huh? Who would have predicted a 200-point rally off the open? Oh,
Took it a little nibble short again, guys.
yeah. Nice.
Gap again. Got my first target. 2 16-tick rules in a row, coach. Profitable.
That would make, if everyone took every single trade that all the coaches suggest, you'd be 4 for 4 already. Now, right before we opened, the volatility was like 18 points, but that's to be expected.
My stop is at 831. Got 2 left, guys. Anybody in with me? 23. Stop. 23 is your stop, Victor. Is it just me and Victor? Flat. Should be flat, Victor. Good job.
Only broadcasting one side. Great call, Coach. I got to remember to set 2 speakers or mics on. Yeah. Still waiting for, well, 6 minutes are up now, guys, and waiting for a high tick read and a 2-minute overbought. Still waiting for that. And I do have a limit at 908. Have not seen 908 yet, but still a chance it'll go up, and then we can short it. We're a long way from getting below S2. So the market's still in a little bit of a recovery mode. Wait for your high ticks. We want to see these ticks above 0. That means the market will be overbought, and then we can short the first hook down or the first M. I'd like to see a double top in here or even a fake out breakout above like this 30,860 level. And then we got a nice M forming. You notice? Everybody see that? Plenty of time for many, many trades. I have it on now, right, Coach? Both rooms, Mike? Should be. Oh, I don't have to have it. Okay. All right. Sorry. That's right. Right. Got it. You can put a 758 sell stop to enter a short trade right now. 758 sell stop would be fine. Or wait for high tick read. Many ways to trade, guys. Many ways.
And I am back short on Coach's call.
First target here is 38 plus 20 points. Plus 30 points.
Guys, if you're instructed to wait the first 6 minutes, you should definitely be in the straight short. Yes.
Lower your stops. Did everybody take the M trade? Good job. We're 5 for 5. Pretty soon it'll be your day is over. Your trading day is over. Those of you who have 2 jobs, you can go back to the Walmart pretty soon. Just now you can be a little more arrogant. The boss tells you to clean up aisle 3. Say, hey, you know what? Clean it up yourself today. If you want to fire me, I'll just trade full time instead of just an hour. How many have made more in this hour than you would at Walmart for a whole week? It is a long break. Take a long. I'm going to take a
Nick,
long
you should
break,
still be in that.
like forever. I'll be back. After my funeral, I'll get about as much done then as I do now, anyway. Good job, Randy.
Good job, Randy. Nick, got a little
Take
fast.
another run off. Take another one off. It's a great trading, guys. You guys are really on the ball today. Good practice on Friday, right? The market's doing the same thing, right? Tanking. Great job. Excellent. 660 is your next target down here. 660. Everybody still short? Great job, Bill. 660 is the next one. I mean, this market's weak. No question. Any buying coming in was literally by the institutions pushing it up to do what? Scare the newbies.
I've still got 2 on, Coach. Anybody else still in? Nick, did you find a place to get back in, buddy?
Great job.
All right, hold on to it, man.
Here's your 660. I've got one left.
We got one left now, too, Coach. And flat.
Great trade.
Guys. Who got that?
I'm going to have some scrambled eggs with the fried newbies.
Right. Fried newbies and scrambled eggs.
Everybody should be flat on that little hook up here. Trailing stop was 681. Great, Nick. Yeah. You beat me by 2 ticks.
Good job, guys.
Yep, Nick really nailed it. Yeah, you don't want to give back much more than 21, 22 points on these things. Once you have that kind of a runner. And there will be rallies. We've talked about it. I mean, that 223 is not a fake number. It can be up and down. Look at the first rally right off the open. If you went short at 9:30 a.m., you got nailed. That was that would have been a devastating loss for some people. Not too many people put 100 and what did it go up? Here, the low was, the exact rally was, the low was 668. The high was what? 854. $186 points. That's no fun, right? So, but if you're waiting for that, and then you had the failed top here, failed top, you couldn't make a new high. Remember, we were trying to get to 900, right? We were looking to short at 30,000. At least I was 30,903, right? Do you guys remember that? I said I had sell limit up there. It couldn't get up there. And then it collapsed. That's the time when you have to act. Now it could do it. Now if people didn't get out here, look at this, right? Fake out to the downside. Markets always has treacherous currents in it. 667 was the previous low. We got out at 660, right? We were buyers at 660. Which became a fake out breakout, actually could have reversed and gone long, but I'm not interested in counter trend trading at this point. But does everybody see that it was very smart to pull your stop down pretty quickly? If you stayed with it and go, I'm not getting out at 660, what did that stupid Alex know? Then you got trapped with a fake out breakout, and now you're hurting. Now what do you do? No one got trapped here, correct? Were there any stubborn traders saying, nope? I want to make sure. No. All right. Robert, is Robert there? A lot of times he'll fight it too much. That's the only fault that Robert has. Robert, you're out, right? Where's Robert? No. There he is. I know all your habits, guys. That's why I'm a coach.
That's right. We learn everything about you guys. I did take
according to Wilbur, that's not his only fault, but I mean, I'm looking at the trading aspect of it, not his personality or anything, the bathing habits or all the other things you guys harass each other with.
Coach, I am short again. This is my last trade of the day off that little top there. And that's it for me, guys. No matter what happens, I've already got 20 points in the bank. So,
all right, nice.
Anybody else jump back in? I guess that's kind of a wonky M top.
Coach Brian is trying to make more trades than rugby plays in a game.
No, this is my 4th trade of the day. That's it. Done.
He looks at it as just another rugby game with little tiny newbies to run over.
Or?
Did I hear you say 4? Trying to tackle him.
4 trades. That's it. 4 trades.
Are you sick this morning?
A little bit.
Oh man, It's good to have fun. It's not good when you're losing. If I'm very quiet, it's actually not a good sign, because then I'm probably in a bad trade, very terse. It just stops. You'll hear me something like that. If you hear me like that, means I'm probably not doing well. So hopefully you say, what? You never not talk. Well, I don't do bad trades that often, not stupid trades. I do lose money every time. Every time I take losing trades. Every time.
Guys, if you're short with me, stops at 751.
You see how Coach Brian used the 15 range? Guys, it got overbought here. So then he looks at the 15 range and he'll say, okay, if it keeps going up, let it go up. But once selling comes in, we don't have to predict it, guys. We don't have any system that says go short at 814. Now, I do have like the 903, because that would extend it beyond the volatility. So there I can start like a scale up. But we don't have a system or a setup that predicts the high. We don't say like, take 37 points and short it up there. There's nothing like that, calculated. What we do is we wait for others. We piggyback off of order flow. That's what we're doing. So if you had to describe to someone else, like, what do? We go with the order flow. So if order flow is stops on shorts going up, shorts are being stopped out. The order flow then is buy stops being hit. Buy stops, buy stops. Well, Randall, think about this way. I've been trading for 40 years. So let's put it this way. If you were in double B ball and the Yankees brought you up and all of a sudden you see 99 miles an hour sliders coming at you, or fastballs and a 97 mile an hour slider, and then a 68 mile an hour changeup, and you go back to the coach and you say, I struck out. I didn't see this that's what happens. But, a year from now, you could be batting 320. It does. The 15 range takes a little experience. You have to know when to switch screens. So you can't just arbitrarily use, like here, you can't, this is a 15 range short. You can't do that. That's not a high probability one short right there. Why? Because you got the moving averages coming up. You got this stochastic coming up. You got middle of the stochastics on the 2 minute. This very likely could be stopped out and go right back up there. You see, as it is right now. Because you're only looking at one thing. If you're only looking at the 15 range and not anything else, that's not a good idea. But in the beginning, it's good practice, okay, Randall? It won't when you're getting ready to short at an inspection. Let's say you wanted a first touch rule trade, right? Like here. Let's say you're looking for a first touch rule trade. Even one going long here because the momentum was up, right? Momentum turned up. That's a buy signal right there. So let's say you wanted, even though it's counter trend, you'd wait for the 15 range to give you a buy signal when it's down here somewhere, and then you'd take it. So then you would say, I'll do the same as it comes back up over here. Now, guess what? This one would have been stopped out. Why? Because the market's getting choppy already. So right now you're in the middle of ranges. Don't use any. The 15 range is really a change of direction trade. The 15 range happens on every bar, but that doesn't mean every bar means the directional change. Sometimes you go up, down. That's sideways. Do you see a triangle forming here? So right now you have a little battle going on. Those who've been short, making profits, even over the overnight trades, and buyers who said, you know what? I'm getting stopped out on my short position. So if you really looked at it here, right? Well, let's do this. And drew in this kind of triangle. When it breaks the triangle, is your signal to go back into a trade. Now, preferably, you would want what? A sell signal. But that doesn't mean you can't get a buy signal out of this either. Remember, you can have all the trend lines in the world. What determines where the market goes? The panickers. Believe it or not, the losers determine the market, not the winners. Why is that? We're going to talk about that next class. That's food for thought now. The losers move the market. The winners don't. We'll see if you can come up with an answer in class. It's not completely understood. It doesn't make sense until you listen to the explanation. Then it makes all the sense in the world. When's the best time to sell umbrellas in New York City? And there are people that, buy like 20 umbrellas and then they sell them on the street corner.
When it's pigeon season?
When all of a sudden you get a big unexpected thunderstorm and these people in, $800 suits got to go to a business meeting. Well, that's when they want to buy it, but when do they sell it? That's the old Polish jokes that I used to have to endure. Yeah, in Warsaw, pigeon season is year round. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like those answers. The Warsaw umbrella sale. But there's no clouds. Actually, it's the best time to buy it. But the best time to sell them is when it's a thunderstorm. And you'd be surprised. I've seen it. When I had my cab, there'd be a guy in a brand new Brooks Brothers suit, just came out of a meeting. He's in the doorway and it's pouring and my cab is on the curb. Some guy offers to sell him an umbrella and he buys it right there, $20, whatever. Then, yeah, it's $20 for an umbrella. He takes the umbrella, goes to the cab. And there were people, believe it or not, in New York who had walked to the cab service for $1. They'd walk in. People come up with all ways to make money, right? The best one was the blind guy. Always on 5th Avenue and 57th Street, across from where the Trump building is now. Across the street on the other side, on the west side, he was there every day with his dog. I'm sure the dog's not around anymore since this was 1972 or 73, something like that. Be an old dog. Right. 50-year-old dog. Really mean. But he couldn't bite you because he had no teeth.
Are you talking about me again?
The old dog. Right. No, but the guy was always there. He made a lot of money. So one day he hailed me as a cab. He had his white stick out there and I stopped. He goes, he's going up to Harlem. He gets in with his dog. As soon as he got out of the cab, he runs, jogs over, takes a Frisbee, and he's playing with the dog. Vision returned. I felt like Moses, Yeah, he wasn't blind. He was there for about 5 years with his dog. The dog's chasing a Frisbee. And I'm like, holy cow. And he had a ton of money. He gave me like $1.50 tip. being blind. And who's going to question him? Who's going to, hey, you blind? You know, snap your fingers in front of his face? And I said, don't the cops chase you? He paid the cops off. There was a foot cop around there. He would give him like, $10 a day. So the cop didn't care. If it wasn't him, somebody else would be there, right? It was funny. Yeah, everybody. And who's paying for it? The poor out-of-town tourist with the camera over his neck. Hooking up. It's trying, but I don't know. It's sideways. And look at the ticks, guys. They're all below 0. Well, isn't that fraud? Pretend. Well, actually, he never said he was blind. He just had a little cup that said donations, and he had a dog next to him. Maybe on the back of the sign, it would have been donations to help feed the dog. Something like that. Maybe if a cop came in, no, I'm just collecting here for the dog. Oh, okay. But you look like you're blind. Oh, really? Why? What does a blind guy look like? Well, you got the harness on the dog. Yeah, it's so he doesn't run away. And you got that stick that's with the white tip. Oh, yeah, it's self-defense. Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's true. You never said you were blind. You're not defrauding anyone. Looks higher now. We're going to break above 0. Watch that tick read, high tick read here. Here it comes. See? Now all of a sudden, shorts are in trouble, right? There you go. Highest tick read.
And guys, if you shouldn't have been in the trade in the past few minutes anyway. That's kind of why we try to distract you a little bit with the stories here. Should not have been trading. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, I mean, I shift to storytelling time. Little campfire I've got in my living room here. Not in the fireplace, just right in the middle of the floor. And we try to entertain you because there are at least 12 of you who are done for the day. Done cash trading for the day. Keeping you green. There's Victor's one of them. And the others are going to get chopped around. If anybody comes in late now and sees that everybody's green, they're going to be like, let me see, maybe I'll get a runner here. And you don't realize that a couple of the runners are over. The market needs new direction. Like maybe a Crable breakout. It's only, believe it or not, only a half an hour, only 32 minutes since we've been open. And the average true range is that's over 50. Good job, Ramon. Yeah, keep the green right now. And if you notice, we haven't even gotten overbought on the 2-minute stochastics. Not even overbought. It's just middle of the range there. So let's watch the battle. Let's see who wins this next battle between it's rising support and falling resistance. Does everybody understand what that means? There is resistance and there is support. Okay, I mean, somebody before wanted to buy it at 30,660. Maybe they want to buy it now at 30,700. Right about here. Before they were willing to short it at 30,860. Maybe they're willing to short it now at 30,800. They're getting tighter and tighter in the range until it breaks. You'll see it break. It'll either break or it won't. Also, to take any trade, you need to see your stop. So my question is whether you go long or short right now, where would you put your stop? Isn't that the most important question on any trade? You don't jump in and then say, oh, I got to start looking for a stop. You got to say to yourself, if I went short right now or on the break of this uptrend line, where would my stop be? You see the uptrend line on the left chart? If you went short, where would your stop be? Yeah, average true range is kind of high. The market's traveling between support and resistance. So your stop would have to be what? 800. Do you really want to put a 120-point stop in? Somebody's going to do it. Some poor schlep just went short like about a minute ago. And now they're going, oh, I thought it was going to break that line. Yep, I thought it was too. Who else here thought it was going to break? Raise your hand. No one? Yeah, me too. I thought it was going to break, but I didn't go short because I want to see if it's going to. My thought doesn't count. That's the whole point. Don't equate it's great to guess, and you should. Right, Michael? You should say, yeah, I think it's going to break. I'll be ready for it. And then you go, nope, it's not. Somebody getting stopped out that way. Let's see if the upside is going to break now. That's what a triangular type of trade does. It gets everybody in, and then somebody loses. And I'm not, overall, guys, the trend is down. So I'm saying if you're rich and it breaks the uptrend, short it. What do you care? You'll short some more later. At the end of the day, it's going to be down. Maybe it goes up 100 points. Now, when you say, Share, you predicted it, but you didn't trade it, right? Good. It's good to analyze it. Now's the time to analyze it, not when you're in a trade. Besides, normally I'd go short, but then where do you put a stop? By the way, the Crable or 30-minute opening range high is 854. Only 100 points. It goes 100 points higher. It's a buy signal, right, guys? 854. 30,000. 854 is the opening 30-minute high. Didn't go above there. But now if it does, everyone since 9:30 who is short would be losing money. All right. Good to know, right? Yes. Someone asked, can we do a quick review of the trades that we've taken since the 8:30 timeframe? Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, we're not in a trade right now. All right. Just take a note. Since I use the 133 chart for entries, we'll use that one. At 8:30, let's see. This one was the open in London. Okay. So everyone see this? This was the first one. Counter trend trade. We took a long on the W. When it broke here, we went long. Everybody see the first one? Because you have a W pattern. Market made a low, couldn't make another low up here, couldn't make a high, but then it does make a high right there. So that was the first one. And then the second one, we made an M trade that most of you took. We had a high point. It broke out above that high. It was a fake out breakout and then an M. Fake out breakout, then an M. That was the first runner that we took before the open. And we got over, I mean, I got 60 points out of it on the second contract. And then a couple of people, I was doing the numbers there, took this short. So this wasn't an official call, but I think 5 of you or 6 of you did this first touch roll short. So you took that trade. We let this one go. Coach Brian called a short right here as this one faded into the Bollinger Band for a scalp. Remember that one? That was a good one. 791 to 760, 31-point gain. And then Coach called this one. This break. I was waiting for this for 890 right up here, if you see this, but we didn't get it. But then guess what? We nailed this one. This was the real big winner here. Does everybody see this? Because the market, after 6 minutes, we like to wait for 6 minutes, correct? Everybody remember that? Everybody hear me listening? So after this low was filled and it bounced up, did not make a new high. We had a sell stop and went short there and there. I actually shorted here, added first touch rule. The official short was there, and the rest was history. Grabbed it and rode it all the way down toward 660. Remember? We exited that trade at 660. And now we're breaking down at 678, making a new low. If anybody wants to short this break or did short the break, let's see, what was that? 677 was the break. All right. Any questions? Any questions on those trades we called?